In the last lecture, we moved our code to reach out to the web to Vuex, to the actions. Now I want to add a mutation which actually logs our user in. I'll name it Auth user. And there I will receive the state by default. And the second argument I will receive in this method will be my user data. Let's name it like this. I will then set state ID token equal to user data, and there I expect to have a token property. It will be our job to pass this on. And state user ID, this should be user data, user ID, let's say. Now I expect these two fields on that user data object, so it's my job to pass it on. We do pass it on by committing this auth user mutation in our then blocks for both signing up and signing in. So let's expand these and not only log something to the console, though I will still do that, but let's also commit auth user here. Now there I need to pass a JavaScript object, and we just saw what we need to set up there, a token and a user ID property, because I tried to access these in the auth user mutation. The token field therefore has to be extracted from the response. The response is a Axios response object, so we have a data field there. And then if you remember our earlier console logs, there will be an ID token field, which is basically the data sent back from Firebase. Now the user ID can also be extracted from REST data. And there, if you remember our earlier console logs, Firebase stores the user ID in a field named local ID. These are the two fields I'm interested in for now. I'll take this then block and use the exact same one for logging users in. Now with that, we should have a way of storing the token. Let's see if that works. I'll go back to the application and create yet another user with test3, let's say. Let's add a valid password and hit submit. Well, we get the console log. To find out if it works, I'll use my Vue DevTools, which I mentioned earlier in the course, which allow me to look into the store. If we access this and go to the store icon, we see the auth user action was dispatched, and our state now indeed knows an ID token and a user ID. So this now works. We're storing this data for signing in. Let's go to signing up. Let's now go to sign in and reload so that we lose our state because it's only stored in JavaScript and that is lost if we reload the page. Now let me log in with a valid user here. And this also works. We commit auth user and we then do show or do store the token and the user ID. So this is all working and that's great. Now the next step is to take advantage of this token to append it to requests going out to protected resources before we then later also dive into how we can utilize the token so that we actually change what we see in the header, for example, sign up, sign in, that we only see that if we got no token. So the next thing, however, is to make sure we attach the token to outgoing requests which need it. Let's do that in the next lecture.